I don't actually know what the temperature is right now, but it was supposed to get up to 78 today. So I am doing the first official gardening of the season. So you can see this is really where my ADHD rears its ugly head, but I need to put up the fence so that I can uncover the garlic, because if I leave the fence off and I uncover the garlic, the chickens will go crazy, dig it all up. So I put out the fence posts. And then I decided, technically before that we actually had to run to Runnings because my daughter wanted some gloves because we could only find one of her gardening gloves. She is building some sort of sanctuary for this little stone cat that she got at the store. But anyway, we did that. Then once I came back, I decided, I needed a beverage. And then I started taking some of these rudbeckia out of this garden because the crocus are getting kind of taken over. Ooh, there's a bumblebee. I don't know if you can see it way down there in that crocus. Good morning. At least he has something to cute. Anyway, I kind of really like bumblebees. They're kind of cute. Anyway, so I started pulling these out, and then I went to take a break because this is probably going to be the first sunburn of the season, of course. And when I'm sitting over here, I decide, I should take the fence off of the strawberries. So I took the fence off the strawberries, but I didn't want to take the straw off yet because I want to put the extra straw in the beds over here. So then I take the fence off of the garlic and I start spreading out the straw on the garlic. And then I had to take another break. So nothing is actually finished yet. So I definitely had to finish the fencing since I've started this. And that means I probably should go get the electric fencer so that that can charge, which means when I go to the shed to get the fencer, I'll probably think of something else to do. So welcome to the first gardening day of the season. Well, we've finally made some progress. I've got the fence up. Fencer is charging. I actually ended up yanking out a lot of the rudbeckia, so hopefully I got enough. So there's quite a bit here, but I don't want to accidentally pull out bee balm and other things I've got planted there. There's a bachelor button, so I might leave those till they get a little bigger, but I definitely did not need all that rudbeckia in here. So what I really want this is to have more cone flowers, or any for that matter, so we'll see. But now we can actually see the crocus and the daffodils when they come up. And I don't know if these things spread, but I swear I didn't plant this many. I mean, these have markers, but there's a bunch over there that don't. We're gonna call this the official Weekend Warrior weekend because I've definitely bitten off more than I should have. But I'm coming to the end of where I'll feel comfortable. I need to grab a wheelbarrow because I need to grab all my hoses, and it's heavy and it's hot, and our side-by-side is not running, and the golf cart had a flat tire, so I gotta do it the old-fashioned way. But I think it got up to 80. It sure feels like it. I made it with the hoses, so as soon as I get my phone out, then all the children show up, so hold that thought. All right, so where was I? Got the hose out, not for a permanent situation, my makeshift irrigation, but just for now because all of this straw that I spread out is pretty dry. There was, the stuff underneath was wet still, but my hose is leaking. The stuff on the top was dry, and I don't want it to blow away, so I want to wet it down. It's always something. I'm sure I'm missing a gasket. It'll be fine. So I got the straw spread out. That was all mostly in the middle over the garlic. Thinned it out a little, give them a better chance to grow, and if I don't get sprayed here, we're just wetting it down so it doesn't blow away. But a lot of the garlic's coming through. It seems like I maybe planted them a little bit close together. It didn't feel that close together when I put it in, but I guess we'll see what happens. But so I got that over there and over here, and hopefully now with it not so thick, it'll take off. You can, when you go look at the stuff here that's been growing under, and has no color because it hasn't seen the sun yet, but it's coming through all that, that was thick. This is probably the largest I've ever had garlic grow before I've uncovered it. Other times I've had it where it hasn't even necessarily sprouted, but this year was kind of weird. So, but I'm glad to see it's up, because that's always the waiting game. Is all the garlic I planted gonna grow? Now I just have to figure out how to preserve it, because last year's garlic did not work. It lasted not very long at all. So I either need to do something different, or I need to process it, make some dried out or something, or can it, I don't know. And the other thing I wanted to look at was my strawberries. I covered these all with straw. They don't look so hot right now, but maybe that's all right. I don't know. I was afraid with them in this raised container that they wouldn't overwinter very good. So we'll see what happens, I guess. But I'll probably maybe give that a little water too, because it's been pretty covered up with straw for the whole winter. But that's I think that's the end of our project for today. We, made a mess and started 40,000 different things.
I made my own garden.
And Violet made her own garden. Should we go look at it? So we had this spot over here where the pallets were sitting, so it had no grass. So she has set it up with some gnomes.
And I planted a pumpkin.
And she planted a pumpkin in the middle, so we'll see. Did you water it?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, good deal. All right, well.
We were in this garden. We were in here for a long time.
Yeah. Well, I think that's the first.
And this gnome fell asleep in the hot air, and he's pretty warm.
He is, yeah.
So is he.
Still got a lot left to do, but it's going to get down in the 60s after this, so.